use regarding those three terms. So I'm going to get behind me and use this as an example. So this was a piece I did during a very difficult time in my life. This summer, I was going through a little bit with my family. My father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer, and he unfortunately passed away recently. So that was pretty hard. But we also did a lot of traveling. I met friends. I had a great summer at work. It wasn't all bad, but goes to show that in one piece you can see a ton of different emotions going on. For example, I remember when I was up here, I started up here in this top right corner, and it's very light and peaches and muted blues and very calm colors, and then somehow I got into here and got very strokey and lots of different things going on, kind of turbulent, just in this big green thing. I remember feeling very just intense in this middle area. So moving forward, down in this area, which I'll scoot it a little this way, I was feeling very dark down here, and it doesn't pick up the darkness on screen, but I remember being stuck in this area and feeling a bit lost in this painting, feeling a bit dark and sad, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It goes to show what processes you're going through. So as you can see, I used line, texture, and color to convey what feelings I was going through at the time. Another example I'm going to use is this. Now, this is a piece I did about a year ago, and it brings me to my last point, which is letting go. As I said at the beginning of number 2, which is digging in deep, you can decide what texture, line, and color you're going to use. You can decide what a piece may mean to you, but at the end of the day, you do not know until the end. So you must let yourself go, let yourself paint, let yourself be free. That is the point of doing this. So with this piece, I went in full throttle, no plan, no anything. I did my 5 senses steps. I thought for a few moments, but other than that, I had no planning at all. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I have a couple drips down here. We have a splotch, and then it's a little bit off proportionately. And I can say that all day long, but every person that has seen this painting, every professor that has seen this painting, and I'm not tooting my own horn because I promise you I have not made some the best pieces sometimes, but every person that has seen that painting has had a comment about it positively. They're saying, I love it, it just feels so free, and it feels, I love the strokes, and I love everything about it, and that almost made me feel good because that is one of the pieces where I have truly, truly let myself go and just painted what came to my mind. So that can be very beneficial. Sometimes you may do that, and it might be the ugliest thing you've ever seen, and you might never want to hang it up. But letting go and going through that can mean something, which brings me to my last and final step, which is the evaluation step, which is number 3, evaluation. The key quote under the evaluation step is nothing is a waste. And that painting behind me is a perfect example. I didn't know how that was going to turn out. I could, like I said, hate it. But the sitting down portion and giving myself that therapy of just letting go and bringing what's in my mind onto paper, that's a therapeutic experience, and you cannot lose that. You cannot, that's not a waste. It's something to learn from. It's something that you can take home with you. So another part of the evaluation stage is actually sitting down and looking at your piece and saying, okay, I just went from point A, point B, and now I'm at point C. I'm finished. What does this mean? What did I learn along the way? Whether you learned that I love using blue, or You learned that, wow, like I need to start treating myself better and respecting myself. Those are two completely different options, but whether it's simple or complex, what you took away from working on that is what's most important. Um, Another part of the evaluation stage becomes more practical, which I like to finish a painting, whether I, sit there for a few minutes or half an hour. The point is, when I'm done looking at it for a bit, I like to clean up immediately before sitting down and decompressing from doing this, sitting on the couch or anything like that. It's just better. It makes you have the ability to be less anxious. Sometimes I think if I work on a piece and then instantly walk away from it and lay down or whatever and come back to the mess of what I just worked on, you're kind of like, oh, great, now I have to clean that up. And you're not really thinking about the process in which you just went through. So just cleaning up yourself quickly, soaking your brushes, getting your drop cloth put away, and putting your piece in a safe area where it can dry properly. That's going to make your piece turn out better, and it's going to help your mind. So after you do all that and you relax, get a good night's sleep. Wake up the next day and look at what you've done. I bet you that you're going to view it in a completely different light than you did before. People that say sleep on it, it's actually real. Sleep on it. Your brain needs time to rest from what you just accomplished. Your brain might have dreams about it that night. Who knows? But taking that time to step away from what you just did can actually make you view it more positively. So, in conclusion, we decided at the beginning what is beautiful to us. And someone that's watching this might think, oh, I would never hang up what's behind me, or I would never paint something like what I have behind me. But I don't care what anyone says. It's me. These pieces both taught me something, as well as my many others that I have laying around this house. So the point of it is, don't care what other people think or what they think is beautiful. This whole process, these steps of setup, digging in deep, evaluating, those 3 steps are meant for you, the artist, the creator. So when you're about to sit down and unleash this beast of creativity, make sure to be thinking about yourself. Think about what makes you happy and what makes you an artist. Thank you so much, and I hope you learn from these steps today, and I hope that you go home and create something for yourself. Thanks.